5 testing sessions. I am the market did come back completely. Oh, see, sexy. The last sweep. Okay. First of all, does the sound work? Before I start.
Is het op YouTube dat je gaat doen? Of?
Give me a thumb. Okay, great. Thank you for responding. So I did not watch the chart, so I have no idea what actually happened. So I'll take a look in a minute. Whew. It looks like we did not hit that TP, so okay. Yes, my friend, what you want? Gonna say hello? Okay, that's lovely from you.
Je bent niet rustig. Ga eerst een beetje gaan wandelen buiten, Aliana.
Wat, Aliana?
Doe geen 10 dingen in je hoofd dat gaat.
liedjes luisteren ook, want hij internet kan.
Op je telefoon? Oh, dat ga je niet. Op mijn telefoon kan je.
Liedjes luisteren.
Je kan hem gebruiken om te streamen.
Okay.
En dan kan je die wifi gebruiken, daarvan.
Dus, dat is gewoon nu liedjes aanlagen, hè?
Wat?
Dat is
Nee, dat is eerst openzetten, YouTube ding, en dan verder doen. Als je gewoon YouTube openzet, op die gaat het ook gaan. Ja. Dat is hetzelfde. Aliana, ofwel gebruik je YouTube op die zelf, ofwel ga je verder dan doen. Ik ben nu bezig, dus al die andere dingen zijn eigenlijk nutteloos om te doen. Yeah, excuse me guys. My kid just asked me something. For what? Okay. I'll take a look. We got about 2 minutes for open, so let's take a look where we actually were headed. So we actually made, I hope most of you made, we actually, we did hit that TP, so tip 1 was hit before we actually reduced or came back down, so that's great to see. So we did hit that TP right on this candle. I hope all of you took profit, at least on TP1. There was no adding because we didn't have any body closure above, so that looks great. So all of you should at least be in profit, because I said, because after we took that TP out, we actually should put immediately to break even. So that still looks pretty good. Yes, my friend, what you want? Yeah, sorry guys, okay. I have a small kitten on my lap and he is asking for attention. Now, where are we at? Let's take a look at the hourly. We came back to that lowest for value gap even. So that actually is okay if we came back to that one. We had a bullish reaction off of this, we had a bullish enfunglement, so we probably will go up higher today at this point. So anybody that was here in the morning session, we actually should have made profit if you took the upper one. Now, for the other session, so somebody that traded the ILM, actually we swept the high. This was actually the low that swept that low, so this would have been the 15 minutes. Let's take a look if we have a 5 minute inversion inside this. If we could have taken it, yeah, we had a retracement right here, so that would have been your entry model on this, on the 5 minutes, to take it to the low. So I'm going over the models that I'm presenting, and then what you take it actually to session low. So at least to this low, that would be the first, that would be 1.4. If you kept holding it, that would have been a 3R that you could have made. I probably would maximum hold to this R, so I would say this would have been a great momentum. So at least a 2R you could have get out of this one. The 1 minute, I tried it right after the start of the session, so we actually had the first 1 minute down. This would have been the second 1 minute down, and the third one would actually be presenting. So if you take the reversal to the downside and you don't know them yet, the 15 minute is much more accurate, because here we saw change in state. Even if I only take this high, look, this 5 minute is right inside that area. Once we broke in this low right here, that was the shush, they call it some people, and that means change in state of delivery. We are now having market open at this point. It looks like it will take out the high right here. If you have taken profit this morning and you are trading the orb session, I would recommend do not put more into that trade than you actually made profit, so you don't give anything back to the market that's not needed. Even if you have made it more than an R, I would recommend to stay off the charts for today. I will put this one open. Or I'm not reading chat, so I'll be there in a minute for reading the chat. So, first of all, if anybody that was yesterday in the stream and saw the educational part, look, this is actually a very nice one to see. So we came down, we had a retracement, we did not sweep the highs, so at this point this looks like a downwards moving, but if we zoom out to the bigger lines, we can see we actually had an upwards moving. So look at this. We perfectly realigned that one. So we're still in an upwards trend. An upwards trend means if we are going upwards, we're actually looking for every retracement to put a bullish momentum onto it. So even with this big candle moving down, we came into what? A 4-hour value gap. We hold that low. We moved up now, so the next target will be this effigy, or actually the high of this. That would be my first impression when I came to the market, and this is what actually looks like it wants to do too. Actually, I was expecting this actually in the morning session already. What did we do in the morning session? We actually came back to that 1 hour for value gap because it needed some liquidity, and if this for value gap holds, we should not drop under this low. What can we see? We did completely fill up the for value gap, and we hold that low. At this point we rallied up, so these are hourly candles, watch them good. We came back down, we tapped it, and we had immediately a bullish reaction off of this. Now this is the sweep. I'll put just sweep, and that means session liquidity has been taken. So London's liquidity has been taken at this point. I want to see how we react off of this. My model is not the orb at this point, so anybody that trades the orb, very good. I will present it. I'm only trading one model at the point, and that means I only trade a retracement of a sweep of liquidity. That's model 2. I need to test it live with all of you because I did not have the time enough to test it separately. I did it about a month, but it needs more than a month of testing to make sure everything works fine. So I'm doing this live with all of you, so this month has not been my best month, all of it. I'm happy that I made money for you guys. So 15-minute open, we will see what this brings. So that should be the orb. We have a range about 100 points, I believe. This is already 75.75. Even that this now looks bearish completely. We unfungled that 1 minute to the low. I still can't enter because I actually need, this is now the 1 minute for value gap. I still need that touch, so I need to wait 2 more minutes at least to see us get touched in it, and then I can take a short. What's the target? I would put Asia low as a target if I take a short of this. I am trading against the major trend. That means that we will take profit pretty fast. Say me? We gaan een short nu. So we retapped that one. I am in a short at this point. Stops at the high.
Hoeveel?
That could be how many points is this? 39 points. So 39 points is 4 contracts. Fast. That was a very fast calculating. I want to take it to session low. So this is not the orb I'm trading. This is actually liquidity sweep, and then the continuation to lows. Stop out 23,228. That's still in the first 5 minutes of open, so it's just because we swapped liquidity. I have to take this every time when we have an inversion completely closed below that week even. We retested it, so actually this could be a perfectly valid trade, and I would at least take it to session low, but because we swept the high of London, we should actually go to London's low.
Stop gezet?
23.228,5 75. Die week high, ja. Dat. Dat zal waarschijnlijk iets meer zijn, of 300 mag zijn. TP is 23.106.
Maar denk je kan er natuurlijk.
So I actually would prefer even to see us go to Asia low. So if we get to Asia low, that's a 3.5R. We will see what happens. So Max, dat is TP1 waar hij naartoe zet. TP2 is eigenlijk... sorry if I speak Flemish for a second. It's to my wife. She's actually putting in more trades while I'm educating, so I don't need to see everything at one time. So 23.000 en 0,46. Dat is hallo. En
Dat is de
actually,
tweede.
dat is ja, volledig. Ja, daar beneden.
Vooronder. Moet ik die daar zetten?
Dan moet je hem daar zetten, ja.
Ja, ik ga wel anders doen dan. Anders ga ik mezelf niet...
En dan zet je een stripje bij TP in. So for the person that trade that ILM model, that's TP1. That's on 23,107. 23,107. I'm still taking them every time, so...
En de vooronder is waar.
6, 4. In the bigger time frame, this actually looks like it wants to go higher, so I'm just taking this because the model presented itself. I have to take it every time the model presents. This is the only way that I actually know how good it works. So if the orb, for persons that trade the orb, be patient, we are not yet there. We need still 3 more minutes until we have that opening, and then we know what kind the orb will present itself. So orb grown. This is just that ILM model, so this is actually, we swept highs, we came back down, we made a close below that wick, so the last movement up, we hit that TP, we closed below, and actually now we should continue to follow lower. If not, I'm okay with it, so I'm still doing this live with all of you, so I don't have time to test it in the backside. Is there news? Gonna take a look if there's news somewhere. 4:30, so normally no news, so would be good. If you ask me how this actually moves, if I watch it out of knowledge, I would say the market wants to go higher. If we hit TP1, that's a 2R. If we hit TP2, that's at least a 3.5. So if your strategy is the orb, please do not take this because it's not in your model. I'm just testing this real out live with you all, so this will be all in my journals, every trade I can take. I did not watch any comments at this point, so
Amazing.
good morning Gitor.
En dan deze.
So it looks like this will take me out. If it takes me out, it's okay. I'm okay with it. So this is our orb range that we have now, so it's completed. This is about an 80.1 range. Well, that's okay for an orb, so that means that you at least will have 40 point stop or a bit more. If you cannot handle a 40 point stop, that means you should not trade the orb at this point. Even if this is your model and you are going outside the risk primacy that you are actually allowed to take, you cannot take the orb, of course.
Oh ja, die hand snappen.
Ja, daten wordt wel in bak. He's having a good meal.
Ja, een beetje in de zon gezet, want het was bevroren.
Yeah, this looks like it wants to go higher. Yeah, if we watch the 1 hour, we came back, it pushes up higher, so everything looks like it wants to go higher, so I'm not gonna tell anything that goes against me, but that was the model, so I have to take it every time. Otherwise I don't know how the outcome comes when I'm behind the stream. The best way to take this model is actually when you took a 15 minute and we have a 15-minute inversion back to the downside. That's actually the best way to take this model. It has an 80% of accuracy. The downside is you only will trade once every 3 days. If you can handle that, then it's a very good model for you. If not, that was a stop for me. So that was minus what? Minus 7. Orb traders at this point, it looks, if we have that going up, 1 more minute, I would definitely take this. The market wants to go higher, so it wants to go at least to this high, so 50 seconds. If you're an orb trader, this is actually a very nice model. No liquidity, no stops. Yeah, this actually looks perfectly. No close at this point, so be patient. We do need to see that close. You can at least take it to that high, so that would mean 1.6 R. Great rate if you can take that. So no close, no trade. I'll take this off the screen. Dus we nog een keer een FPG en gaan we nog een keer proberen. Ik ga blijven doen, wat ik daarmee.
Hetzelfde.
Ik denk op de high. We zitten nu 25 seconden, als die weer opnieuw komt, nog iets halen. Als we tap in doen, nog een keer een short. Dan begint van hier ongeveer naar beneden. Dus vanaf wat hij tapt, als je hem ziet tappen, instantly enteren. Niet geduld hebben. Ja. Maar die value gap die gecreëerd, nee, die value gap die gecreëerd wordt. Nu, enter. Short. 45 punten stop, dat was aan 3 maximum.
Ja, het is al gepasseerd.
Is goed.
Gewoon,
3 maximum. Met de 4 pakt waarschijnlijk.
ja, het is hetzelfde.
Ah ja, oké. Of 4 zeker. Is oké.
Ja, het stop staat high.
Stap op de high. Nog een keer. Target, hetzelfde. Te loos eigenlijk.
Tot hier dus, hè. Volledige. Oh, 1, 2. Dit heb je gezegd als uw
Ja.
runner. En de tweede, ja, dat weet ik niet.
So no or breach to the high. So the ILM model actually presents itself one more time. I can take one more jab at it, and then I need to lock everything because that would be my max premises that I can give to the market at a day. So again, move up, back down for value gap created, tap. So this should be now immediately need to fall. If we do not, that's for me it for this afternoon. That was the last trade I can take. Orb range has still not been breached, so no 5 minutes to the upside or the downside. We're still trading inside this liquidity pool at this point. So if you're an orb trader, be patient. Do not take this model. I'll just show it like this. It's maybe easier for all of you.
Heeft er iemand gevraagd voor te joinen? Hier. Dus als ik dit doe, dan gaat het waarschijnlijk goed zijn, hè?
Nee.
Discord.
Een pakt, een nieuwe pakt?
Nee.
Of ga ik naar de dingen? Naar Discord, ja. Dan... Het staat er dan. En dan kopie. Stuur hem dan. Man ben longs, maar ik heb echt wat met de speellijken dat hij maar gespeeld. Oh. De full R en long.
Hoe is dat? 6.
Ja. Ik heb wat. Ja, niets
Oei.
te doen. Ja, dat is oké. Sluit maar af.
Deze
Ja,
helemaal.
maar dat kan niet. Maar dat is de topstap.
Nee, dat is bulenox.
Ja, maar ja, dat bedoel ik. Die gaan naar beneden wanneer dat eigenlijk niet is, dit er niks mee te maken heeft.
Oh, laat mij doen.
So that was a 5-minute breach. So if you were in an orb trader, you should be in a long at this point. So that would have been the entry. Your stop should be at this last week's low. Continuation where to, I would say at least to the high here, and we can actually take that way further up. We do have another extra 5 minutes in this range. If the market decides to go back down, then it will be a choppy market. We will stay off of the market then. It has no more reasons to go to that low. It's chopped around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles now. So it should actually keep moving upwards. So if you're an orb trader, stop, at this place. That would be 23,173. 20,173. I believe that's actually almost the same as this morning. And TP, first TP would be here if you are actually having a great trade session. We can actually take it to that high. We will see. So first TP would be here. $23,303. So that would be TV1. But the market does look like it wants to do some funny stuff at this point. Up, down, so if it keeps doing this, it's better to stay off the market. This is what we call a job market, so we do not trade them, and there's no point on giving anything to the market when it's shut. Oké, dan chat het kopje.
Ja, en dan wel bezig houden ook maar wat je belangrijk vindt. En er zijn wel mensen die zitten met 14, soms 16 en... En 4 op YouTube. Ja,
ja dat is oké. Ik wil momenteel even geen antwoord geven. Niks. Ik heb geen excuus voor te zijn, ik voel mij niet goed.
Ja, ik voel me niet.
Ik vind die klein moeten blijven voor die aan opwezen om te
Het is lekker goed als ik heel...
Come on, serieus. Hoeveel zet je hem? Al stop.
600.
Is dat al een punt stop? Hoe heb je hem gezet?
En waar heb je het gezet? Waar het niet daar? Die? Ja.
Dat is allemaal een beetje voor, dat is oké. Het grappige is, je gaat hem dit waarschijnlijk geven. So the org trade still looks valid, nothing else special about it, looks good. The only thing I don't like is that we swept a high, actually came in this last minute for value gap that I want to see, yes, this morning actually touch us and then immediately come back down. So, but for the rest of it, actually it looks good. All movement still looks like it wants to go further upwards. This is just a chop market, so it's just building up liquidity for something, some movement. There's no news coming out, so there's actually no reason why we are doing this. if you're an orb trader, this actually looks still fine. Stops are at the right pace. Nothing is else doing differently, so let's be patient and see what happens. I'll watch chat in a minute.
Ja, soms voel je ook gewoon het geheel niet, hè, omdat je even veranderd ziet van... Dat is nog altijd hetzelfde als dat je anders doet, ja. Oh ja.
Mijn brain niet.
Oh ja, uw brain.
Was die lekker?
Ik kon het wel mooi vragen voor te eten, dus... Die is zelfs meegekomen naar binnen een stukje. Ik heb wel zo even naar buiten gedaan.
Was die lekker?
He was happy.
Lekker fris, hè? Een kip-ijsje. Ja, een ijsje van kip.
So Trump is so imposing an additional 25% tariff grummed from India due to... Oh my god. So I do not like somebody tweeting alongside we are trading. So somebody just tweeted. Trump just make an announcement without any news showing us anything about confirmations or doing something different. So if this man open up his mouth, the market will do some strange stuff.
Yeah,
so maybe this is why we actually...
I go out?
No. We stay in it, so we don't matter. We just trust our model and keep doing it. But if this dude, if the president speaks, markets do react to it. So keep a bit of faith.
Ik kan er gewoon een paar afhalen.
So I just watched the news for a second to see if anything happened, because this was a strange action. So orb looks good. Still, we took out a high one more time. Max high would be all the way up to New York's high, but TP1 is right here, so let's see if we hit that one first. That would be already a 1.3. I would take off some profit right there and then see how far we can take it up.
Oei.
Because the major market is still showing us we want to go higher, no matter what he or she says about news. Now we just tapped the 1 hourly, so we can see it right here. This is the 1 hourly for value gap. That's still open. We just tapped that one. My full TP is at a high, so I want to see this high get tapped. Reason why is we did came down on that 4 hour, but the main attraction is that we actually are still moving up higher. So
Kunnen we aarden?
it can be add somewhere. Well, if we create a 5 minute for value gap, we can add to this trade. So be patient. We need a 5 minutes because we entered on a 5 minutes. We do need a 5 minutes actually to be able to add. So that's a 5 minutes. So if you don't feel comfortable in trading in a 1 minute, do not try it then. Keep it to your own model, or keep it to the model that presents the 15-minute change in delivery. So you can choose, or you take the 1 minute, will you have to endure a lot of mindset stuff. If you take the 15 minutes, you will actually have more confidence in trading it, because this will show you when we have a change in delivery, much better than a 1 minute, of course.
die lekker?
If we come back in a minute to this gap and then continue higher, once we've done that and we continued higher and we breached the high of this will be our adding spot then. This will go up immediately when the candle, of course, grows bigger. It's just an example that I give, so how we add to the trade. After we done that and we did add to this, our stop will be this low, so we don't need to put it down here anymore. Our stop can be then moved up to that wick of this candle, because this is the new movement upwards. So that was almost 1 hour to be created. I do want to see it push higher. 1 hour looks good. 4 hour looks good. This would be full TP.
Waar mag de stop naartoe?
Nu nog nergens. Stop is te low. So now be patient, the market will give us what we want. I'll leave this on the screen, so adding will be once we tapped the value gap, then I want to see a candle close above.
Momentje, meisje. Is het nu een trade?
23285.
Ja?
Mensen veel te dan ga ik nergens meer.
Maar dat moet buiten blijven liggen. We gaan dat direct klaarmaken. Ik heb het al gezegd, we gaan dat klaarmaken.
Morgen.
Maar wel morgen, jawel.
Ja, dat hoeft niet. Zet het gewoon op een bord of ergens. Maakt
Maar
niet
in een
uit.
bord, ja, dat gaat er.
Of in een kom.
Mijn telefoon hier. Ga je niet mee bezig zijn met niks.
Maar ik ga er wel mee bezig zijn.
Ja, maar laat het dan ergens liggen. Steek dat niet in je zak alstublieft. Dat is mijn held ding. Leg dat ergens stil. Al ja nou. Als je hem gaat betalen met je centjes, is het goed. Dan mag je hem rondnemen. Anders laat je hem liggen. Ik ben aan het rijden en de mensen hebben nu nog een keer gehoord vandaag. Ja? So anybody heard my speaking to my kids? Yeah. So I'm still a parent, so I do need to make sure everything happens for reasons. She has my phone with her at this point, so so this is okay. So I want to see if we get a stab and then immediately push away from this one. In the first 2 minutes we can tap that, but by the last minute we actually should be up immediately back to the high. So that's a tap. Now I want to see us immediately go back to the high. We have 3 more minutes. If we close above our adding spot at 23,285, then we can add a half hour to the trade extra. Stops would be then at 23,000. Stops after adding should be here then. In the next 2 minutes I do want to see this come back up. I don't want to see this get back to our entry. There's no reason for it. Tot hij niet op saldo zit?
Ik heb het verlaagd totdat mijn ding goed zat.
Tot hij boven in de entry zat? Of onder in de entry?
Ik heb het gepakt constant.
Ja, als die boven in de entry zat.
Ja.
Ja.
Maar wel totdat ik mijn stop juist zat weer.
Now we just can be patient. So in a bigger time frame this market actually looks still bullish. So what do? We just came back. We came into that valley gap and now we're actually continuing higher. The daily is telling us different stories. So this is an inside bar. So orb trading is not that great on inside. But we did not sweep that high yet, so that would be our full TP anyways. Exactly the daily high. If we can hit this, that would actually be a perfect momentum of it. So then I took out both sides of the liquidity actually.
Ja, je hebt gezegd een speciale marktje, dus sowieso neem ik het eraf dan. Die zo'n spelen is.
Got 10 more seconds and actually we should push up higher here. There's no reason for us to push to that low. Yeah, I only give it one shot this time, so if the market does not act like it should act at this point, we will stay off of it. That means because we are in the daily trading inside, it means this is a chop market. So chop markets, before you trade, you should recognize them and we should actually not trade them. So if the market does that again and keeps doing it, if this is the stop, if we get stopped, that will be it. I will not take another trade at this. Even though most of the market tells us it wants to go higher, that does not mean that the market cannot play around with us. So we're not playing, we actually want to make money. So if the market does not give us what we want and it does not show us immediately the correct answer, what we want to see, we better stay off of it. That means it's actually building up liquidity for doing something in a different time zone. Because this was actually a big 5 minute back down. 15 minutes, look, we added, we came into it, we got rejected off of it, and it immediately came back to that low. So we can take one move up and one move down, and then immediately continue, because there is no news, so it should actually just continue moving. And oil does not do anything for us, so there's no reason for us to keep hanging around to this market. I'll be right back. I need to go to the toilet. Doe ook iets wat met brainhuizen moet. Dat doe ik dus niet meer.
Ja, wel. Ja, het is wel iets te leren, hè. Dus alles is goed, hoor. Hij had de kans, hè. Maar ik heb ook eentje gedronken, gewoon. Geen cacao-praline in de mond.
Wat wil je zeggen?
Ja, maar hier niet in die andere frigo. Ik ben ze allemaal aan het opeten, hè. Die dikke waar ik een hap van heb genomen zit honing in. Die andere niet, de eikels.
Heeft hij op je balletje gaan zitten?
Wat zegt de markt? Niks.
Ja, gaan we naar boven. Ja, het is nu een model, hè, dus. Volgens mij ga ik er dan gewoon uitgaan.
So I'll take a look at the chat. So if the market hangs around here for the next 15 minutes, I would actually recommend not to trade anything at all. We had an order breach, we had immediately come back down. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 minutes moving sideways, we moved up from the low to the high 136 points and immediately came back like 138 points. So this is just the market telling you keep your hands off of it. If you see these kind of movements in a market, you have to recognize it and try not to trade it. Do not trade it at all. So we took the jab at it to the upside and we took one jab at it to the downside. If it doesn't show us what it wants, we stay off of it. The rest of the market, it will be here tomorrow too, so then the market will give you more opportunities and even better ones that we will have today. Even in a higher time frame, everything shows us we need to go higher. We swept buy side liquidity twice, we came back down, we still have 37 minutes in this hourly, so we can perfectly go back up. But if Mr. Trump decides to tweet again,
zo grappig dat ze er gewoon zo inprinten. En McDonald's is van Donald Trump zeker. Ah, McDonald's? Mr. Donald Trump? Pas op hé, mijn taal. Hey. Het is goed hé.
Okay, so that will be our stop probably in about 5, 4, actually here is the stop, so if this touches that stop, I will not trade again today. No reason for it, market just doesn't want to show its hand what it wants to do. So then you have to agree with the market and just let it be. So this is the less easiest part of a trader, to recognize when we should not trade. Actually, it's a very good exercise for everybody. So we saw full movement up, we saw body close cleanly above, we saw tap over value gap, we took out buy side liquidity 1, 2, 3 times, and we had a serious pullback down. But actually we should have moved further up, because in the higher time frame it shows us we want to go higher. Nothing in this time frame shows us we want to go down. We came down, we tapped the huge trend line, so we should have had a bullish reaction. We came down, we tapped after value gap, so now we should have a reaction further up. So the market decides not to do this. That means it's very unpredictable at this point. So if it's unpredictable, we stay with our hands off of it until another opportunity comes. That would be tomorrow or the day after that, and then let the market do its thing again. Because actually now it moved up, like I said, about 138 points, move up in about 26 minutes less, and then again the same downwards movement in less than 112 points moved down in less than 20 minutes. So it needs all of this liquidity to take it move to some kind of to one way or the other. So I would recommend to stay off of it. So I took 1 hour at a loss, put that in my notes, and I will not trade again today. There's no point of it. I'm not trading a sideways market. I want to trade an expansion or a continuation. Even in the 1 minute, they didn't even give me an opportunity to jump in it again, because we had a fair value gap, no tap, immediately push down, no tap again, immediately push down, no fair value gap, and again a push down. So I couldn't even jump into my model if I wanted to after that sweep. So this tells me the market is undecided at this point, and it does not want to show you what it actually wants to do. Because the upper candles are just the same height as the lower parts. In the 5 minute again, so if we take a 5 minute, we can see all the candles up and down are approximately the same height, so they don't show us which side the market maker wants to push the market at this point. I hope you understand this, because this is very important to see. This will reduce a lot of risk that you put into the market, because you should actually, once we see this, we should immediately react to that market and just say, okay, we will take our hands off for today, and we will be proud in what we do, because if the market decides to chop around for the next half hour to an hour and continues doing this up and down movement, it's better to stay off of it. Otherwise you just give money to the market what we're not supposed to be giving. So remember that one. This is one of the biggest lessons that you can learn yourself. Even though this 15 minute looks more downside, we still have 2 more minutes. In the hourly, it looks like it wants to go up. And the daily, it looked like actually nothing at all. So I said this morning already, everybody that was trading with me this morning, we're trading in an inside day range. So as long as we're trading inside that day range, from up to down, actually, this means sideways movement. But if we don't create fair value gaps out of this, that means a chopped market. For everybody that was in a bootcamp, I said we don't trade chops. So as long as it's doing this, you should actually stay off of this market. You should not be trading it at all. There will be more opportunities when the market actually expands, reduces, or actually ranges, and that's sideways from up to down. But not in this kind of market conditions. So with this, I will not take another trade today. Like I said, I'll take a look at the chat if somebody asks me something, so that I actually can respond to the questions. So we took the high. Yeah, see, Neo, same for me. I saw him speak, so that was exactly the same that I found. After all my SLs now to trade. Yeah, be happy with it, even if we take a stop, that doesn't matter. So I did the same. I took 1 hour, no profit today. I'm okay with it. The market will give you what you want if you can repeat it constantly over and over again. But look how the market reacted. So we're about 15 minutes later, and look, it's still in this range. It didn't do anything, so it's chopping around. So stay off of this market. Do not try to trade this as long as you're even inside this range. There was no reason for us even to come back down all the way. Look, this fair value gap was okay. I was gonna say completely filled up. It was not. For 3 minutes we actually still had a small leftover for value gap. But actually, yeah. Okay, we still had a small 3 minute for value gap, so stop should have been all the way back on the low. But that would have been 79 points, 80 point range, so that would mean that you can maximum put in one contract, so not much point of that anyways. Well, this market doesn't look tradable, so I would recommend take the afternoon free and don't trade again. I'm not gonna sit by here and be patient until the market shows me what it wants to do. I gave 1 hour to the market, I'm okay with it. This market is for me undecided. I do want it to see it go up, but after 28 minutes immediately drop back down and then afterwards continue, I'm okay with it. The market will give me tomorrow what I want instead of today. So be happy with what you gave to the market. It's your own choice. But let's not give the market too many opportunities. So I'll end the stream with that. I'll take a look if somebody else said some chat news that I can actually respond to it. So good morning, Gitor. Nothing else. If there are any questions, I do want to answer them, of course. That's what I'm here for. Eurus, you can write here. I was watching just the chat. So while I'm watching the chat, I try not to read the chat. It influences my thinking process. Was actually looking like a good trade you took there, my friend. Happy for you if you took a profit.
I don't know what to do.
So you don't know what to do when you're on a losing streak, okay? So
Stop trading for the moment.
if you don't know what to do, first of all, what model are you using? New. Or are you just copying everything I do? So that's not supposed to be happening. So what model do you trade normally? Time-based liquidity and ILM and sometimes ARP. Okay, one model is more than enough. So try to, no, you must pick one, not 5, 6, 7, 8 models. You will be all over the place at once because then the ARP you should take the previous one, then the other one. So take one. Doesn't matter which one. Time-based liquidity is actually. It depends on what kind of situation we are, so take one. ILM for reversals and ARP for continuations. So no, take one, not both. Because today it looked like it was a continuation movement and we got stopped out. If you took an ILM and an ARP, so you took both, that means because we had a time-based liquidity, we had a change in delivery in 1 minute and then we had movement down. So take one, not two, not three. One model is more than enough. It needs to be boring. It doesn't need to be exciting, because exciting means that you have no faith in full the model. So actually trading is a boring game. How more you do it, how boring it gets. And that's actually when you get profitable. Trading is not something that looks like a fancy thing that we do and we make instantly thousands of money. No, it's something that builds up over time and then we build that capital, that we actually build huge amount of capital and then we pay out ourselves huge amount of money. That's the end result. But trading is actually being at a boring game, constantly doing it over and over. It's the same like you do an activity, so or a job, a daytime job. After 10 years of doing the same job over and over again, you actually know everything that's supposed to be happening out of your head. That's the same what we do in trading. So we should actually just take one model constantly over and over again until it gets that boring that it actually pays us off. I know it sounds quite opposite that most of people actually want to show you, but that's actually the truth in how you actually make money in trading. It's not some fancy model or something else that will get you there. It's actually repeating boring stuff over and over again. I already told now, I gave 1 hour to the market. I'm okay with it. I will not trade this market. It looks like it just wants to go up and down, so I don't trade this. So I just close the books and I'm happy with it. If you are in a not positive stream or a positive moving at this point, how much did you give to the market, if I may be honest now, and how much did you earn before that?
Blijft er al, hè?
Yeah, I don't touch the market.
Ook niet kijken.
I don't watch it. Stop. I'll close the market, so I don't see it here. I'll even end my YouTube stream. So YouTube guys, I'm ending the stream. No more